What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Crime Center. So I was sitting there thinking, right? I always tell y'all, if y'all are doing stuff that can put you in prison, stop. But I've never really given you a reason why, like a particular reason why. Besides fighting and losing all your freedoms and not having any kind of say-so in your own life, let me tell you a little something about how the other inmates are in prison and how the guards can be even worse in a way just for not paying attention. So one time I'm at a place here in Texas. It's a Texas prison. I was G5. In G5 at that time, it was you and one other person in the cell. You were locked down 23-1, but it might as well have been 24 hours because they hardly ever took us to rec. And we had showers in the cell. So one time, while we're there, the only way you can talk to somebody across the way from you is by doing sign language. And it's a prison sign language, and it ain't the actual sign language that you're probably thinking. That's how you communicate with people. So one day I'm sitting there, I'm doing sign language with the guy across from me. He's pissed off. He's telling me that his cellie is annoying him. All different types of stuff that his cellie was doing that this guy didn't like, right? So he said he was going to beat the dude up. And I kept telling him, just leave it alone. It's not worth it. Y'all got to live together. You're going to end up getting moved, locked up in damn SEG, and you ain't going to have nothing. I was able to talk him out of it for a little while, but not forever. Eventually, he hung a towel up in the window because it's a small window like this. He hung a towel up so nobody could see inside, but you could hear it. If you've ever been to prison, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You hear the sneakers squeaking on the floor, and you hear the metal and the concrete and body all getting hit. It has specific sounds. So when somebody's getting beat up and both of them dudes are tearing that little cell up, you can hear it. And that's exactly what happened. These guys got into a fight. He comes back to the door. Nothing's wrong with him. End of story, right? No. So for the next 2 days, the guards came by. They did their little count like normal, right? They're supposed to go to each cell. They see 2 people. All right. Both people are where they're supposed to be. They write it down on their little list. Make sure all the numbers add up. Nobody's escaped, right? So remember now, this is 2 days since this fight happened. On the second day at nighttime, one of the guards wanted his cellmate to move. Because if they go and they see 2 people, they'll just walk off if you're asleep or whatever sometimes, right? But for whatever reason, this guard told his cellie, tell your cellmate to move. And he would turn around, say, hey, cellie, move. They want to see you move. He was, oh man, he's asleep, man. Don't wake him up. He did that because his cellmate was not alive. His cellmate hadn't been alive for 2 days. That fight that they got into, he beat this dude up and stomped this guy until he was deceased. Whenever the crime scene and all them went in there to collect all that information so they could charge this dude with a crime, they said that the bottom of his feet were so bruised from where he had stomped on this dude's head for so long that the bottom of his feet were like purple. This dude had been beat up bad. All that banging and knocking around that we heard wasn't them fighting. It was that dude getting his life taken from him. He didn't just beat him up and leave him alone like most people do. You get the anger out of your system, you fight it out, end of story. He didn't do that. This guy was super aggravated for whatever reason. He can have all the reasons in the world. I don't agree with taking somebody's life like that, but that's exactly what he did. He was so angry that he beat this dude up and then continued to stomp on his head until this dude wasn't moving anymore. And then instead of getting him help, because he was alive immediately after that happened, instead of going and getting the guard to get this dude help, he picked him up, put him in his bunk, covered him up with his blanket, and faced him towards the wall so it looked like he was sleeping. And he fooled the guards for 2 whole days. Later on, I end up hearing this dude went to court, got a charge for ending this dude, and he got a life sentence. You know what the crazy part about that is? This dude only had 2 months before he was about to go home. And the guy that he had just beaten up and taken out had 4 months before he was fixing to go home. Whenever somebody ended up talking to this dude and asking him about it, the whole fight started over a cigarette. He wanted a cigarette. He didn't have the money. His cellmate didn't want to give him the money for one, and he was fiending for a cigarette. He got mad that his cellmate wouldn't give him money, plus all the other stuff that had probably happened the last couple of weeks, and it all just came out. He has a life sentence over a cigarette. His cellmate did not get out in those 4 months. He did not get out at all. That was the last ride for him right there. And that's why I'm always telling people, stay out of prison. Because if you go to prison, it is not guaranteed that you're going to do what the courts say you have to do. If they give you 10, you might not even see a year. They could give you a year, you might not even see a couple of months. Prison is one of the most dangerous places that you can go to. I don't care what anybody says. It is not guaranteed you will go home. It's not guaranteed you'll get your life taken. One thing that I've heard people say is that a man taking advantage of another man sexually doesn't exist anymore in there. And that's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. It happens all the time. Another man will forcefully take it from another man. And he won't even look at himself as gay because that's just because he's in prison. Or he has a life sentence and he's never getting out. Not even counting all the other stuff they can do to you. They can beat you within an inch of your life. They can take all your commissary. They can disrespect you and make you feel like you're not even a man. They can make you walk around and hold their pockets and turn you into a boy. There's so many different things people could do in there, man. And that's why I'm always telling y'all, don't go to prison. As somebody who did 10 years and fully understands the prison system here in Texas, it's not worth it. Just do what you got to do. Change your ways. Stay out of prison. And don't even worry about it. If y'all want a full video on this story, let me know, because there's a lot of information I had to leave out. But until then, like always, stay tuned.